Hope I love it. Now is a great time to do a walkthrough. The kitchen is in. The point is I did a gloss. Now is a great time to do a walkthrough. Every day that I've been here for a long time, people have been here working, so it's been hard to really show the progress other than little videos, but I thought it would be really fun to finally get to walk you through it. I wanted to start with the front door because you might remember it was a dark espresso color before, and they just sanded it. We're gonna leave it very natural and put a finish on there. The flooring has been all lightened up from the espresso color. There are some stains that they couldn't get out on the floor, but I loved the light color so much that I just decided to live with the character of having stains on a floor from 1939. It is the original white oak from the original home, so I think it's beautiful. What's left in the house is most of the lighting fixtures need to go in. This over here are all of our kitchen appliances, and now that the kitchen cabinetry is in, next will be the kitchen countertops, and then the appliances will get set. It'll be functional, which is super cool. The living room. This room is pretty complete. The one thing we couldn't do because the appliances were here is get paint on the ceiling, so it's primed and cut in, but it still needs to get a roll. When every trade is finished with the house, we can go ahead and just get that coat on and then do all of the touch-ups at once. We decided to wait for the plaster till the end of next month, so this is going to be the last final trade that comes in. Hopefully we'll already be living here or close to it when that happens. This is going to be fluted plaster, which will be very beautiful. And we're going to wait on purchasing furniture and all that until probably the springtime, just because we needed all of the budget and resources to go into like what's attached to the house right now, so we can deal with furniture later, and plus we have stuff that we love from our other home. I am really looking forward to having a working fireplace. We're doing a gas insert. It should be coming in the next couple weeks, and then we can start a fire. Originally, they were going to do these 3/4 round all along the baseboards because I didn't want to have baseboards at all in the house. But because of the way that the old floors and the old walls met, there was no way not to cover it up because otherwise you would see the jagged edge of the flooring in a lot of places. They first brought these in and installed them in the bathroom upstairs, and I realized I just really didn't like them. So they said it was okay, I could exchange. And I found pine square shape that I thought would look really nice and minimal, like there was no end to the floor and to the wall, like it just seamed it in. I have to really and truly thank my contracting team because they went and got white oak and ripped it all down to make the baseboards throughout the house. They have installed white oak for the white oak flooring all around the house, and it's just absolutely so pretty. So it is always worth it to ask for what you want. Like when I found the pine ones, I actually was okay with the pine ones. I said, of course, I would prefer white oak just so that it is seamless with the floor, but I knew I could always paint the pine the same color as the walls. But they definitely went above and beyond, and that wasn't the first time that they had done that. I just really appreciate it. So I feel like every time I look at these baseboards, my heart is just so bursting with really just gratitude. This is a light fixture by RBW, and it's called the Mori sconce, M-O-R-I. And I have used the Mori light fixture in my other house, so it'll be in our dining room. And so I decided to add to that collection because they make all different shapes. So this is the sconce. I almost didn't get this. I just couldn't let it go. So I'm happy I didn't. This is the only light in our TV room. So I just wanted something to just give a little bit of a glow. Anyway, I got it for here and I have no regrets. So this is our records room. The fireplace is here. The living room is here. Forgive the lawn mowing people. It's funny because it's the first time I've been in the house with nobody in it. It was so quiet, and the moment I started filming, of course, they showed up and started mowing the lawn. And it's not that I'm not grateful, but right. Originally, there were 2 windows in here, sort of like in the dining room. I had told them in the beginning that I wanted this as a picture window, and they forgot and ordered the regular 2 opening windows. And it just would not have produced as much light or felt as large in here. So I'm really glad that I stuck to my guns on that one. Over here, our blinds have arrived. So I'm gonna see if I can install these myself. I think that I can do it, but we'll see. Gotta open them up, see how they are. They're Belgian flax linen. I am really looking forward to seeing them, but I'm not gonna open them up. It's too dusty for now. So you've got a sneak peek of the kitchen, and I'm standing in the dining room. Our dining table is actually downstairs, and will come up after the final coat of the floors goes on. And also our dining room chairs are getting delivered in a couple weeks, so it is definitely very close to becoming a real home. These are all the light fixtures, so these will go in a little bit later today, or a lot of them will. This is the Mori pendant that'll hang here over the dining table. This one is also a Mori, but it's a smaller, thinner size, and it's going to hang over the peninsula. Our staircase is prepped and ready to have slats installed into it. They'll go from ceiling to floor and really wall off the basement as well as going upstairs. So it's really just a continuous slat, which will be really beautiful. We painted this, I don't know what you call it, this like stair border, white, and the slats will be wood, a similar color to the kitchen. I didn't want it to feel super dark. Like if this was also wood, the stairs were wood, the kitchen's wood. I just felt like that was so much wood, and there needed to be something to really break up and balance the dark and the light. In conjunction with that choice, I guess, is we also needed stair rails, like handrails. And while I would prefer just not to have them because I like the minimal look without them, you know, safety, I need them, also because of code. But I am glad I'll have them. It just, you know, it was the look. I like it. I just like it bare without it. It's so nice. I mean, I even like it without the slats, but that's just not an option. I didn't have very much of budget left for the stair rails, and I had gotten a quote for white oak stair rails, and it was pretty high. It was close to $3,000, and that was just like past the budget. And I had about $560 left for stair rails in the budget. So what I ended up doing was going online and down a little rabbit hole, and I found a company who makes aluminum stair rails, and you could get them in gloss white, textured white sand. They had like evergreen. I think they had like a black sand. So they had a lot of options to choose from, and I ended up spending about $452, I think, to get white, the gloss white, because I thought it would cast nicely off of the already sandy textured walls. I thought if it was sand and sand, it might just be too matchy. Beyond the slats, you won't have a handrail breaking up the line of the slats. White border here, white walls, white stair rail, and so those slats can really just be their own thing, which I think will be really beautiful. And I also love that it doesn't break up the line. The light fixtures that I have for the stairs are also like a textured clay, so I thought the gloss played well off of like a textured wall, textured clay. The gloss is just simple, minimal, beautiful. Hope I love it. Let's get to the good stuff. So the kitchen was installed by Silt, S-I-L-T. They are a local woodworking company, cabinet making, as well as a whole bunch of other stuff. Beautiful pieces of furniture and very creative team. I've been over the moon with the quality of their product. So we went with, hold on. Literally right outside the window. Everywhere I move, they're coming with me. I've been over the moon with the quality of literally as soon as I start talking. I've been over the moon with the quality of Silt's build. This is absolutely super well made, handmade. This is a pantry right here. The one thing I do want to ask them is if I can swap a couple of these out. The high ones don't bother me as much because I need to be able to see, but I'd like to swap a couple of these out for the drawers that come in and out. I think that would be really nice for the bottom part. This is probably where I'm going to put most of my dishes, plates, cups, things like that. And then here will be like snacks and more snacks. Everything is a slow close. And then this was thought of by Emma at Commoner Design. When I had designed the kitchen, I wanted to keep the layout how it originally was, but of course we were expanding because what was here was a wall, and we were expanding into the laundry room. Emma came up with the idea to have a built-in like extra pantry but display. I have really beautiful dishes and pottery, and I had shared that with her, so she thought this might be a beautiful place to display that stuff. And in fact, a lot of my dinnerware and plates are so pretty that I thought, oh, this is the perfect place for them. So maybe cups and extra plates and things can go in here. but really all my beautiful dishes can all just be stacked here, which I think will be really nice. I don't think I'll keep mugs out, but I do think I'll keep plates. Probably some of my beautiful vases. This is also a lot of drawer space, slow close. And then here is going to be our refrigerator. I kind of feel like I might have swapped the refrigerator and the pantry, but I don't know, what do you think? I think either way. The nice thing is these are a double door, so those doors are pretty thin. So when you're standing here, the staircase is behind you, and then we also have a coffee bar here. So I think that, you know, that might be nice because the doors will be a little thinner than opening these into, like if we were opening that into the staircase, it might have been kind of tight. So I think ultimately, given the space we had, this is the right choice. But yeah, it just seems like the fridge would be here. But I have no complaints. I absolutely love that in this kitchen, there is plenty of space between here and here. So our cooktop will be here. And I like that both Craig and I can be walking around the kitchen. Like he could be working at the stove and I could be at the sink or vice versa. When we were walking through the house the first time, and this was the kitchen layout of the old kitchen, I really loved how much space there was between there because we've lived in a couple homes now where the island is so close. And so you're just constantly like shimmying back and forth between each other. So I really liked how much space there was for us to be able to move around. Our sink will be here, so we'll have countertop on either side, which means both of us could be working and chopping, or, you know, we're not like a huge cooking family, but, you know, we prepare our meals. So I like that there's spots for each of us to be able to do that. Here is our dishwasher. We went with a dishwasher drawer instead of a full dishwasher because with just the two of us and because we're not that big of cooks. We love Appliances by Fisher & Paykel, so they make, it's called a single dishwasher drawer. It's got great attachments and, you know, utensil holding and everything, but for us, at the end of the night, we can put all of our dishes in here, start it, and be done. And then underneath, I think this is where I'm going to keep all my Tupperware because I feel like that'll go in the dishwasher and go right away. And then if I'm like packing up food and working at the sink, I feel like this is where I would reach for the Tupperware. A utensil drawer, I specified which one. And they also made sure that we had pull-out garbage can. We're now standing in the laundry room, but this used to be a bathroom off of the primary bedroom. So you would come through and there was a shower here and, you know, then a wall. And this, where the coffee bar is, actually was the closet to the bedroom. I sacrificed closet space in there in order to get more kitchen space here, and also sacrificed a bathroom in order to have a laundry space. But we did take a half bath upstairs in the new primary bedroom and turn that into a full bathroom. So we still have 2 full baths. This is where we'll have a side-by-side washer dryer. I wanted a full-size washer dryer, and they need to tile a little further. They mismeasured, so that will happen, and that's why this is up here for now. But what this is actually kind of like a pony wall that's going to go here, and I've watched a ton of tiny house videos, so I actually had this idea to slide our accordion drying rack for our clothing, which we use almost every time we do laundry, in and out of this cabinet. So this cabinet will be sitting here, and we'll be able to pull that accordion laundry rack out, set it here to hang our clothes. What a perfect little nook to have all of our clothing. And then what's nice is this countertop here, you know, it'll have a counter that I can fold everything on. So really from here over to me is laundry room. For all of my cleaning supplies here, so I don't have to have them in the kitchen, I have all of that space for kitchen and all of this for cleaning, laundry, all of that. And then I had them make a cabinet. Originally there were supposed to be drawers here, but I had them make this large cabinet so that I could put my vacuum. I have like the handheld vacuum and then the regular vacuum, and then there's like mop stuff and, you know, just tons of, you know, household cleaning items. So we've got like cleaning and laundry all right here. So it's not like a giant room, but it works perfectly. It's such a beautiful continuation of the kitchen and makes this whole space feel open. Originally, this long window here was just a small bathroom window, and Emma also had the idea, she's like the windows genius. She had the idea to put a whole long window right here, which I really love because there's a whole bunch of like trees, different types of trees. This one blooms down here, so we'll get to watch those throughout the year. Just, you know, I mean, who doesn't like that? That's the kitchen and laundry. It's amazing. Oh, that's why these don't slow close. I always forget that.
The way you stayed, though you couldn't remain. I remember golden haze and the way your eyes would find me. The words we say for another day. It wasn't forever, it wasn't pretend, and it is quite a strange feeling to be this close to the end. It wasn't forever, it wasn't pretend, just something worth feeling again and again. You were a story that I knew by heart, the one I still play when the lights went dark. You were a song I never learned to end, and I don't think I will meet someone
We are in
like you.
my very favorite room of all time, forever, our primary bedroom. And there's beams that go across that I really fought for those beams, and I'm so happy that I kept at it. It took 3 different conversations, and ultimately my contractor really loved the idea, and we found a way, and I really appreciate it. It's just the right cozy gray. I don't even know, it's so earthy and beautiful. Now that we've been up here and moving around a bit, we kind of wondered, originally on this long wall behind you, we were gonna put our bed and nightstands and everything, but now we're kind of wondering if maybe we shouldn't tuck our little sleeping area in here, because then you're not exposed to the downstairs. Like if we were sleeping on that side and one of us gets up earlier and goes down the stairs and turns a light on or does anything, we might be a little more exposed to it, whereas these slats create a separation and create this cozy little nook for sleeping. And that way our closet over here, maybe we have a dresser or the day bed over here, but there's enough room for all of that stuff, and we can move around a little more easily, like closet, getting dressed, and into the bathroom. So we're thinking we might try that. There's something about tucking ourselves in there that feels right, even though in our minds we're both like, but the bed goes there. But we're gonna see if this works, because we think it might be nice. Okay. There's not a lot of light in the closet, and I know I said I would show you after I had finished painting. However, I finished painting and then they cut a hole in the wall, and it was a whole thing, and I had to repaint. But our closet is in. This is the Alpha. We got the white wire with dark birch. There's enough room for Craig's side, my side, and then we have this long hanging, so this will be for like dresses and long coats. There's a whole side for shoes. This will be Craig's shoes. This will be my shoes. There's even a couple smaller drawers. So this will be a jewelry drawer, and then maybe like sunglasses and watches drawer, and then shoes. So I can fit 5 pairs of shoes on each. So that, right, is that 5? Yeah, I think it's 5. And then here we have a shelf, and I think I'm going to do 2 more. I have them waiting, so I'm going to do 2 more shelves here. So this will be my shelving system for like jeans and sweatshirts and sweaters. And then over here, this will be Craig's shelving system for his stuff. We did order one last thing because there's drawers. I mean, it's a little tight, but it's like very nice size for storage. We'll have 1, 2, 3, 4 drawers here. This like minimal drawer. Over on this side, There's a door that leads into, access should you ever need it. And what we think we're going to do is put a little piece of plywood down there, put our luggage in there, so we'll need to access it, but there's no services in there that I think any tradespeople would need to access. But for us to have a little place to tuck away our luggage would be great. What I did is ordered another set of drawers by Elfa, and I got casters for them, and they're almost as tall as here, so they might have to sit out a little, but they're on casters, so that way we can move our dresser if we want to access our luggage. But otherwise it's just sitting here for us to have extra drawer space, because what else is the space doing? It's working out great, even though I have to crouch down a little. I'm so grateful. Current state of the bathroom is almost. That's what I'm calling it. Obviously floors are in, baseboards are in, tile all done except for that niche is still not fixed. And sometimes I look at it and wonder if I can live with it. And other times I just think now is the time to fix it. So we're working on that. Most beautiful thing, my little moonlight. I love it. We've got the travertine flooring heated, and then this is 2x2 white marble that we've used on the shower. And here it does this really pretty curve into the shower. We've got the tall ceilings, and then on this side we've got this one solid piece all the way down and across the curb. So there's a little detail here which they wanted to tile it so that it didn't come out, but I actually really like the way that this looks. Our countertops will be in next week with the kitchen. I'm not going to say much about the basement yet because it's all ready. It's just where we're storing, or the contractors have been storing everything that we aren't using upstairs, especially because we had to get the floors done. Down here it's concrete flooring, and then we did get 2 windows in. It's quite lovely. So we are planning to deal with this in probably a couple weeks once the rest of the house is finished, so we can go in and clean up. I need to prime the walls, paint the walls, and seal the concrete flooring. We're again using the Alchemist paint down here in the color Hazy Shade of Winter. It's a lighter gray. I'm going to use, I think it's called Ecos, and that's what we're using to seal the floors. I've used their flooring paint before, but this time I'm using their concrete sealer. That way it's, again, kind of like the rest of the home, a non-toxic floor sealer for that. I would have loved to have poured hempcrete down here. I've done some research on it, but it was pricey, and sometimes you have to wiggle. So we went with concrete, but I will seal it with a better product, a better sealer.